guys, welcome back to another video from Car Help for You. So as you can see there, we're working on a Hyundai. This one is an i30. It's a 1.6 diesel on a 2011 plate. However, the year and the model are irrelevant, just the make, because as far as I'm aware, Hyundais throughout suffer them, including the electric hybrids. Even they suffer this issue, and the issue is the steering wheel knocking noise. So if you listen to this, now, that noise there, I believe, is a gear that's inside of it. Now, there aren't many people online that show you how to repair it or how to do it, but all you need to do is you need to find the electric motor inside the steering and remove it. Remove the plastic gear and you can order a new one. Now, you might be able to get it from dealerships. However, in this case, it's just been ordered online. I am waiting for it to arrive, so what we're going to do is just go ahead, strip it and just confirm that is the issue. Now, I know the noise isn't outside, and I know it's nothing to do with the steering rack outside. It could possibly be where the knuckle meets at the bottom. So where your pedals are, the knuckle meets there. It could possibly be there, but I still believe it's inside of the power. The power part, I can't remember the name of it now. But it's not just when the car's off. So if I fire the car off, you'll hear it. It stays regardless of when it's there. And now, in order to get to it, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and we need to strip quite a lot. So we need to take this panel off, we need to take these off to get to the motor in the back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you, or I'll explain to you the process of how to do it on this car. And if you're looking at it for any other Honda, you'll know what part to look for and what to strip. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to strip this, and then I'll come back and we'll discuss it further. Right, guys, so as you can see, we've got it stripped now. So we had to remove all the plastics across here, across this side here, all the wiring, including the steering wheel. So I've got the steering wheel just there. As you can see, I removed that all in one. What I did have to do was take it off the bottom where it connects. So if I just show you there, it connects into, if I can just get the torch somewhere, then I can show you. So it connects into this little part here with a bolt, and everything I did was literally, these were the tools I've used. So I've used a 13mm long impact socket with a ton loads of extensions on it. And I've used a Torx bit, which is, what is it? It's a T25, like a star shape. So I've used that. I've used a pry bar, and I've used an electronic ratchet and an impact. So if you're working on this car, what you need to do is you need to take the 4 nuts off here, which will drop the steering wheel down. So you've got one here, 2 to the back, which are just up there. You can see the hole for one of them there, one straight next to it just there. When you take them off, it will just drop down. Make sure you've got all your wiring connectors, everything disconnected. So as you can see, that's all our wiring just here. This bolted onto the steering, that's off. So once you've got to this stage, this is where it kind of resembles all Hyundais now. So once you've got there, you need to find this type of pump. The mechanism is inside of here. Now, I've got all ours removed, but I haven't actually looked inside, so we're going to look inside together, and I could be wrong. Well, if I'm wrong, you won't see the video, because it's pretty pointless to put a video on when I'm wrong. But I'm 99% certain this is what's making the knocking noise. So what I wanted to do to get to that is I wanted to remove the electronic control unit first. And this was only in by 2 bolts, 2 Torx bits, which are loosened off. Again, when you do this, you want to use like a ratchet just for the extra leverage. So the ratchet I used is this one here, with the Torx bit in it, and as you can see, it extends outside of the extra leverage on it. Once you've done that, you can then move into the pump to release the pump. So if I zoom the camera out a little bit, you might be able to see a bit better. And what you do is you want to wiggle this, and there's something stopping it now. So I'm trying to wiggle it, but there's something stopping it. So let's just, what's stopping me? Right, okay, so I'm just going to leave it there, right? It's resting on the seat, but what was stopping me was that wire there. We need to be careful. If we just look at the inside of there, I'm right as to what I thought it was. As you see inside of there, you can see all them little shards, and you can see inside of there. So what it is I'm not sure why Hyundai have done this. It's a very stupid thing in my opinion. If I just get this torch to go somewhere, if I put it there, will the light go onto it? I should have got my head torch, so I do apologise for this. Well, Oh wait, why don't I just put it onto the steering rack itself there? Right, so if I get closer now, because I was kneeled on the floor, if I get closer, I can show you what I am seeing and what the issue is. So, what they've been doing is they've been using, there, that's better, they've been using plastic, and as you can see, what happens over time is the plastic gets into it and breaks away, and the gear is inside of there, so the knocking noise is coming when that's turning. That's not right, so let's just get a flathead and take it out. I did have a flathead kicking around somewhere. Where the hell is the flathead gone? Right, what we'll do is we'll just change the bit on the back of the screwdriver and put the flathead in. And to change it, all we've got to do is just pry that up a little bit. It's not plastic, sorry, it's rubber. I thought it was plastic, sorry, my bad. It is my first time doing it as well. So that's that there. And now this should look like a star. You can kind of see from the back of it what the shape was. But that is absolutely gone. That is completely gone. No wonder it's making a knocking noise. So that's supposed to sit inside of there. Like that. And it does something where it stops that from spinning, or it controls the spins on that. Now, see what I mean? I can pull that out to give it a clean. But if you look there, you can see where the shards are. I'm going to put that back in. And what we're going to do is... So we'll put that back in there. I'm not even sure how that was. Oh, crap. Maybe don't mess with that just in case it does something. Hopefully it doesn't matter which way it goes, but I might have just thingied it. Instead of which I can just rewind the video and check it, can't I? Yeah. But don't mess with that part. What you do want to do is just clean that out. If you look in there, you can see all the plastic. You can see all the plastic, well, rubber. It's all here. And this is a very much known issue, I believe. I'm not sure why a lot of people online don't do it. Now, we could usually just take the fuse box out and access it from the side. However, this car has definitely been attempted a repair by someone else. 'Cause everything was loose. All the nuts and everything was loose. And you can see here, they've stripped the threads out. Like, you don't want to do that. That thread's stripped now. So I've got to try and remake the threads come back on that and on that. It's like, what the hell? And this customer's only brought the car to me because they've gone to another garage. Well, what I've been told is they've gone to another garage. Now, if this has really gone to a garage and it's left with that looseness, regardless of whether you've missed out on a job or not, that's not something to send out the door. That is appalling. But if the customers tried it themselves, again, if you don't know what you're doing, just don't touch it. I'm all for have a go yourself, but if you think it's too fast, don't put it, if it's too far gone, don't put it back together. Just let it go to a garage as is. That's not safe how it was. And then tell the garage what you're doing, because it's very annoying when we find stuff which shouldn't be there, you know what I mean? Anyway, I've ordered a new one of these, and where I've ordered it from is Amazon, and we've got it for £6 or £7, which is really cheap in my opinion. It's supposed to arrive today. It says it's dispatched, just waiting for delivery. So once it does arrive, I will go ahead, and it literally should just be fit the new one in, close it up. But I'll show you what it looks like, how to fit it, how to close it back up. We'll close the car, and I'll show you that there's no knocking noise. Until then, unfortunately, there's not much more I can do on this car. I'm going to move on to a different car and, you know, crack on with other jobs. But if your Hyundai's making a similar noise, it's a similar setup. Now, this is all Hyundai's, all the way across the board. I'm not sure why there's not a lot of information online for the repairs. And I'm not sure why Hyundai themselves don't just make a recall for every single Hyundai. Well, it's going to cost them a fortune, innit, really. But either way, you now know what the issue is. It's this stupid little thing made out of rubber, which is, if you think about it, that's very, like, soft type of rubber, and it's up against metal. It's not going to last. Over time, it is going to go. Now, this customer did tell me that when they took it to another garage, the other garage told them to replace this entire part. So if I jump out, they said this entire part needs replacing. Now, it doesn't. I'm going to charge a customer maybe £30-40 labour, and that's £6, and that £6 included in the labour, so I am doing it pretty cheap. But other garages may charge you like 70-80 upwards. I'm doing it cheap because they're in, like, we've got some history, and, like, you know, I look after this person, who it is. But anyway, even if it's cost you £70, it's still going to be cheaper than going to a scrappy or buying a new one of these and, you know, replacing them over, some garages just aren't diagnosing them. So I thought I'd make the video and I'll show you how easy it is to do it yourself. Now, all we've got to do is wait for this part. Once this part arrives, I'll show you how to put it all back together. And any Hyundai, you'll be able to fix yourself if you've got the same noise. Right, guys. So, the new part has arrived. It did not arrive the same day. I had to wait overnight. But that's what it should look like. That's what it does look like. So, if we just go ahead and get this one out. Maybe if I use a screwdriver. So, there we are. Just pull it out. And if I put them side by side each other, you can see there what it should look like and what it does look like. So, definitely seen better days. Still made out of rubber. And all you do is it just slots down and it just pushes into place. You do have to use a little bit of pressure just to get it seated. And that's in there like that. You can see it's a massive difference from what it was. It's sat in there now. Now, those grooves that are left will be where the silver parts sit in. I do need to just brush all that out with a light. I'm going to use a little soft brush. We've got one which is like a paintbrush. So I'm just going to brush it all out with that. We'll get this closed up. I'll get everything mounted back up and then we'll see whether the noise has actually gone or not. Right, guys, so just like that, we've got it all closed up. Can't even tell we had it opened. But just straight off the bat, that noise is gone. Now I'm going to fire it up and we'll full lock it left and right. And just confirm that it's all gone. When you do disconnect the battery, you'll have to reset all the time and stuff because it does all just clear its memory. Car started up, you can see there. We've got no clicking noises. We used to have a noise. We've got a little bit of the plastic, but that's because the trims were removed prior. That noise was always there. It's nothing to do with us. It's because whoever's tried to have a go at it in the past, they've damaged some of the clips and stuff, but there's nothing we can do. If it came to us first hand, that wouldn't be there. But the main thing is that horrible noise. If I put the camera closer, you can see that noise is gone. So the part took a day and a half to arrive, even though it was next day Amazon delivery. It did technically arrive next day, it just took all night to arrive kind of. But it did arrive, and as you can see, it wasn't too hard to fit it in. We just had to open it all up. So there's a lot of work going into it, but it's definitely a lot cheaper if you just do it this way rather than opening it all up and, you know, having to change that one steering column. We didn't need to change anything. We just pulled that rubber out and put the new one in. And obviously the old rubber, I'm not sure where it's gone, but it was completely dead. But obviously I showed you that. Anyway, guys, if you've got a Hyundai, it'll be the same for almost all of them. 99% of the time this is the issue. But anyway, guys, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.